Welcome back to PH.d TV, and this is part 2 of my fragrance collection. We have Bleu De Chanel, the Eau de Parfum. Now, this scent has a special place in my heart. So, fun fact about me, I was raised by my mother and my grandmother, my father being absent in my younger years, starting from when I was like 2. With that being said, my uncle, he was a real big role model to me. And with that being said, I would look up to him for that fatherly advice and so forth until obviously my stepfather, who I would consider my father now, came into the picture. I would look up to him about what does a man mean to be. In reference, if you had to tell me what does a man smell like in terms of the traditional gentleman, my uncle would wear this, Bleu De Chanel. So I associate this with gentleman, man of his word, everything you could absolutely think, a true Boy Scout of what it means to be a man in modern day society, which I think being a gentleman in modern day society is something we have lost a little bit, and I think we should all earn it back. And I don't know, there's just something very regal about this fragrance and scent specifically that makes me think of that. I do see this as an everyday wear, and I do see this a lot as like take a girl out to dinner and treat her right. This is a gentleman's cologne in my opinion. I don't know, it's a bittersweet scent to me. They say scent is the easiest way to remember things, and this makes me remember what a man's supposed to be like, thanks to my uncle. Now the next 3 I'll be going over is all gonna be from the same house, and that is gonna be English Laundry. This is English Laundry Signature. Now this one I was inspired to try out because of TLTG reviews. He was evidently a really big fan of this, and I'd never seen him before. I'd never seen the fragrances. I had seen other English Laundry products like their jeans and other things in a Costco, but I've never seen their fragrances. But to me, this is a very good fragrance. I was very surprised. Yeah, it's just really good and clean. Something that this has going on for it is being very aromatic. I put this on at a gathering one time and people loved how I smelled, and the thing is they weren't even really that near me. And even when they were near me, they didn't feel suffocated. It just lingers in the air, and it's just a very good user-friendly cologne. A great throw on. And now, I don't know what the science is behind this, but the pricing can really throw you off. If you go on Amazon and you type in English Laundry Signature, you will find this. If I checked last, it was in that $80 general range, maybe $70. So I don't know if this is a big and bad product overseas or if this is somewhere else. TJ Maxx for 12 bucks. Actually, all 3 of these, $12. So I don't know what the science is about that why it's so cheap in TJ Maxx and other places, but I do feel as if this is a very safe buy in terms of if you're in TJ Maxx, you see this, grab it, you won't be disappointed. And 2, if you'd like to have a good reference of what this will make you think of, because to me, it does not smell anything like it. This does make me think of Calvin Klein Eternity for Men. Again, does not smell like it, but it does make me think about it, so there's something in my brain that must make me feel that it is somewhere in that family of smells. The next one from English Laundry is gonna be English Laundry London. Now, this one is their rendition of Creed Aventus. Similar to how I said Club de Nuit Intense Man from Armaf is the best one on the list of Creed Aventus. This one is very identical to Creed Aventus in the opening note, but they replaced a certain note with a blackberry note I'm aware of. So the dry down is a little different, and they really lean heavier into the smoke than Creed Aventus or even Armaf Club de Nuit does. But this is a great spritz on if you're just looking for that mimicking smell of Creed Aventus and you're just stepping out quickly, or if you just want around the house. Very inexpensive throw on, say you have a Creed vibe going on, but you do not have as close of a match as Club de Nuit is. My only complaint about this is that this dies down after about the hour to 2 hour mark. Not to say that's bad, but this is very much a throw on edition of a Creed Aventus clone, whereas Club de Nuit is one you can put on at the beginning of the day and it'll be there long after you wash your clothes. But London is a great throw on for 12 bucks if you really want that Creed Aventus vibe. It's very cheap, and you can smell expensive pretty quick, but only for that 2 hour range. But I'm still happy to say I've tried it, that I've had it, but after I get done with this bottle, I don't know if I'm gonna say that I'm gonna get this again. Last one on the English Laundry list is Riviera. Now this very much leans into a very woody, aquatic type scent. You get a lot of orange from it, and it's very clean out of the shower. It's a fresh, spicy type vibe. For 12 bucks, this is a great quick blue scent to put on where you can go to the pool, you take whatever shirt you're wearing, spritz it on. Going to the grocery store, spritz it on. Out of the shower, spritz it on. You can do it's an easy spritzing fragrance. And this goes away after 2 hours. That's about my only complaint with the 2 out of the 3 English Laundry fragrances I've had so far. That is that these 2, Riviera and London, they die down after about 2 hours, while English Laundry Signature reigns king. But I do have to say, this is an incredible scent, very clean, very fresh, and honestly, even though I may not ever get the London again, even Even though this is by no means one of my favorites, if I ever saw this for 12 bucks or cheaper again, I would probably grab it. Now this one is actually probably my least favorite out of the entire collection of mine. Not to say it's bad, there's probably an audience for it, but it rides very offensive in my nose in terms of where it hits. And I'll explain that in a second. This is Perry Ellis Portfolio. Okay, so pretty straightforward. That big black part was just the cap. It's just flimsy plastic. And this has a great atomizer. You get a very heavy pear scent. It almost has a very oriental vibe to it. In my opinion, I do not believe that it is technically categorized as an oriental fragrance, but you do get a very heavy pear in the beginning. And coming from someone who's not have the world's greatest nose in terms of pointing out specific scents and notes of a fragrance, the pear is evident here. But this focuses very much on the aromatics of what a fragrance should and is supposed to be in its opinion. As I said, in its own opinion. But it's so aromatic that it doesn't sit in the nose here. It goes all the way up between your eyes in terms of how much it sits in the air and how much you breathe it in, to the point it's almost headache inducing. I even looked up on Fragrantica and it said that this was supposed to be, you know, portfolio scent. This is supposed to be what you wear to your job interview. This is your suit and tie. This is your secret weapon. But if I'm being honest, I ended up making this a gym scent because only I'd be able to smell it after 2 or 3 squirts, and that's all that's needed because of the high aromatics, and because I'm kind of scared to wear it around anyone, if that makes sense. So it's not a bad fragrance, it's just you pick and choose your own battles of when and how you wear this. As I said, overall review, it was meant to be suit and tie, introduce yourself, get the job of your dreams. This is a gym scent to me. Lastly, for part 2, we have Michael Kors Extreme Speed. Okay, so this is gonna be like a 2-part review of this one. Part 1, I freaking love this smell. It's woody, it's aromatic, and honestly, this can be a really banging scent in the winter. I've even tried to hit it in the, you know, late summer, early fall area, and it's worked perfectly fine. I have to admit, I'm probably too young to wear this. Yeah, that's the part 2 of this one's review, is that I love the smell. It smells masculine, it smells woody, it smells this and that. Awesome. But I think I'm too young to be wearing this. The reason is because similar to how Mont Blanc Legend, as I said, is like an adult version of Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce in a prior video, and that if you're a 70, 80-year-old man wearing that one, you're gonna end up smelling like you're trying to smell young. Well, this smells like I'm trying to smell older than what I really am. In retrospect, kind of makes me feel like I'm compensating for my age, which makes me feel younger than I am, and it just gets conflicting because I like this scent. But overall, I would say if you are in your late 20s to late 40s, actually I'm gonna go as far as say 35 onwards, easy, Michael Kors Extreme Speed will be your best bet. Alright, that was part 2 of my fragrance collection. I'll see you for part 3. And don't forget to subscribe down below.